This is for the 1-year course students. But the 3 years, 3rd year course students will also benefit from it. Likewise, the 2 years, 3rd year course students. I will not give you the title of this lesson, but I would like you to discover it in the course of the lesson before I ever announce it. So get ready for the lesson. So this is a summarized lesson on didactics of mathematics for the 1-year course class. But the 3 years last year course can also benefit, and the 2 years last year course can also benefit from this lesson. It is presented by my humble self, Divine Metuge Ebong. Dear students, this is a summarized lesson on didactics of mathematics for the 1-year course class. It will also be of benefit to the 3 years 3rd year course and the 2 years 2nd year course classes. This is by Divine Metuge Ebong, your teacher. To get started, let's get ready for the lesson. I would like you to do the following in order to prepare yourself. Stand, sit, stand again, clap once, clap twice, and sit. That's very good. Alright, now I would like you to observe the sets of numbers below and answer the questions that will follow. The numbers are in 2 columns, column A and column B. The column A numbers are 9, 10, and 21, while the column B numbers are 10 subscript 9, 11 subscript 9, and 23 subscript 9. So the numbers again, column A are 9, 10, and 21. While the column B numbers are 10 subscript 9, 11 subscript 9, and 23 subscript 9. Observe them carefully to get ready to answer the following questions. With respect to number basis, question 1. In what base are the column A numbers? I would like you to get a piece of paper and jot down the answers to these questions as we go along. Question 2. In what base are the column B numbers? I hope you are jotting down your answers. Question 3. What are the meaning of the column A numbers? That is, with respect to number basis. And question 4. What are the meaning of the column A numbers? Jot down your answers before we verify the right answers. I repeat, question 1. In what base are column A numbers? Question 2. In what base are the column B numbers? Question 3. What are the meaning of column A numbers? And question 4. What are the meaning of column B numbers? Jot down your answers and let's verify answers together. So, the answers are as follows. For question 1, column A numbers are in base 10 because there is no subscript number. So, whenever you find a number without a subscript number beside it, you just have to understand that it is in base 10. To question 2, the possible answer is that column B numbers are in base 9 as indicated by the subscript numbers, and the number is 9. So when any number is written subscript beside another number, it means it is written in the base of that number. Question 3. The answer to it is 9 means no group of 10 and 9 remaining. 10 means one group of 10 and nothing remaining, that is 0 remaining. 21 means two groups of 10 and 1 remaining. For question 4, the answers are as follows. 10 subscript 9, we call it base 9, means one group of 9 and nothing remaining. 11 base 9 means one group of 9 and 1 remaining. And 23 base 9 means 23 base 9 means two groups of 9 and 3 remaining. So those are the answers. If you have it, you clap for yourselves. Now, but what is our concern? You all know these things already. So, having mastered these concepts, as student teachers, to become teachers in the nursery and primary schools, our concern will be on the methodology. That is, how are you going to teach these concepts to your pupils? As I said earlier, our concern is how are you going to teach these concepts to your pupils? Now, imagine that you are a class 6 teacher. Your pupils complain that they find it difficult to understand the reason why numbers like 10, 11, 12, and so on do not have their own single digits like the numbers from 0 to 9, and that they are rather written by doubling the same single digits from 0 to 9. Imagine that you are a class 6 teacher and your pupils complain that they find it difficult to understand the reason why numbers like 10, 11, 12, and so on do not have their own single digits. Rather, they are written based on the numbers from 0 to 9. How can you help these pupils out of this situation? By implication, you have to prepare a lesson to address these worries of your pupils. So let's get ready to begin with a lesson preparation. All of this simply means that we are going to prepare a lesson on the teaching of numbers and numeration in basis. So, the specific objective of this lesson will be, by the end of this lesson, you will be able to prepare lessons in the teaching of numbers and numeration in basis from base 2 to base 9. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to prepare lessons in the teaching of numbers and numeration in basis from basis 2 to base 9. So now, based on the worries of your pupils as stated above, how then will you prepare a lesson in order to address the worries of your pupils? How will you prepare a lesson? Think of it very well. How will you prepare this lesson in order to address the worries of your pupils as presented above? And with the preamble, we shall be looking at only the most important elements of this preamble. The heading, first of all, would be like this: Individual lesson notes on mathematics for Friday, the 1st of May 2020. 1st of May is as a result of the fact that we are going to teach this lesson on that 1st of May, which is a Friday. The most important elements now include the lesson title. The lesson title can be stated like this: Numbers and Numeration in Base 9. Expected learning outcome. This is the next item on our preamble. With the expected learning outcome, this is what you want your pupils to be able to perform by the end of your lesson. This can therefore be stated thus: by the end of the lesson, pupils should be able to write numbers in base 9. The next item, which is also important, is the prerequisite knowledge. Others call it previous knowledge. This can be stated like this: pupils can write numbers in base 10. This is very suitable because all along from the nursery schools, pupils have been counting and writing numbers in base 10. They necessarily do not know that they are writing those numbers in base 10. Another item which is very important on the preamble is resources. And it is good to use resources like counters. Counters in the name of pebbles, bottle corks, or whatever. And another very important item on the preamble is the reference. The reference is what you consulted, the books you consulted in the course of preparing for your lesson. After having completed the preamble, we move to the body. Now, there are several items on the body, but we are going to look at only the stages, and these stages we shall not look at them under so many columns. We shall look at them only under the facilitating activities and the learning activities. Facilitating activities or activities of the teacher, and learning activities or pupils' activities. We are going to look at them under the various sub-stages. Warm-up, revision, discovery or presentation of the problem, research or analysis, synthesis or generalization, consolidation, and evaluation. Now we begin at warm-up. At warm-up, the most important thing is to gain the pupils' attention. And to gain the pupils' attention, the teacher can ask the pupils to clap their hands, sing a song, or whatever. And after having done that, the pupils, on their part, they execute the teacher's instructions. At the revision stage, the teacher instructs children to write numbers in bases or in base 10. This is not necessarily mentioning the base 10. If the teacher says write numbers, the pupils will unconsciously write numbers in base 10. As the teacher says pupils should write numbers, the pupils should write those numbers in base 10. After revision is discovery. At discovery, the teacher can present sets of numbers like I did at the beginning of my lesson. The teacher will ask pupils to observe the sets of numbers while reflecting on the meaning of the subscript numbers. It should be noted here that the teacher should not just say observe, because the teacher has to give a direction of how the children reflect. For example, reflect on the subscript numbers, not just observe, because if you ask the children observe, they will not exactly know what they are observing. Since we are dealing with bases, they will be forced to observe the subscript numbers and reflect on what they mean. Then the pupils will probably observe the sets of numerals while reflecting on the meaning of the subscript numbers. The next stage to the discovery is the research. At research, the teacher can ask the following questions. What have you observed? And of course, the pupils will say they have observed two sets of numbers. What are the differences between the two sets of numbers? The teacher may ask. And the pupil's response may be, column A has no subscript numbers, while column B has. The teacher again will ask, what is the meaning of the subscript numbers? And the pupils will answer, the numbers are in base 9. Then under the teacher's activity, why no subscript numbers in column A? And the pupils will answer. They are written in base 10. The teacher then, what is the meaning of 10? And the possible answers can be one group of 10, no remainder. What is the meaning of 10 base 9? And they will answer one group of 9 and no remainder. The teacher again can ask, what is the meaning of 11 base 9? And the possible answer is one group of 9, remainder 1. The teacher again can ask, what is the meaning of 23 base 9? And the pupils will respond, two groups of 9, remainder 3. The teacher will then change his ways of asking questions. For example, write 11 in base 9, and the possible answer will be 12 base 9. Write 27 or 27 in base 9, and the possible answer will be 30 base 9. The teacher will then ask a general question, or will generalize by asking this question: what then is the meaning of bases? And the possible answers will be counting in groups or grouping. It should be noted that this stage ends with a generalized question where the children or the pupils have to summarize all what they have learned under this stage. After having summarized or generalized what they have learned at research, we move to the next stage, which is synthesis. At synthesis, the teacher now asks a question where the pupils will move from particular situations to general situations. For example, the teacher will ask a question like this: write 10 in any other base apart from base 9. Or the teacher can ask, write 10 in any other base of your choice apart from base 10, because 10 is already in base 10. And the pupils will write in various bases. For example, 10 could be written as, or some of the pupils may write 12 base 8, 13 base 7, 14 base 6, 20 base 5, 22 base 4, 101 base 3, and 1010 base 2. So this comes to the end of the stage called synthesis. After synthesis is consolidation. At consolidation, the teacher would like that the children apply the knowledge that they have learned. That is to say, take that knowledge that they have acquired in the course of the classroom and make use of it somewhere else. And in this case, the teacher may ask a question like this: in case your grandfather did not go to school but has so many sheep that he cannot count, how would you help him keep record of the number of sheep he has? In case your grandfather did not go to school but has many sheep that he cannot count, how would you help him keep record of the number of sheep he has? In this case, the pupils will have so many answers that they can give. But one possible answer could be, I will advise him to group them and represent each group with a pebble, a stick, or whatever. So after the consolidation stage, we move to the final stage of our lesson, which is the evaluation. At evaluation, the teacher wants to find out whether the pupils have understood or the extent to which the pupils have understood the lesson. In this case, the teacher has to ask some questions. The teacher will ask pupils to do some exercise in their books while ensuring that the questions should include stimulus, item, instructions, and task. For example, observe the numbers below. That now will serve as the stimulus. A, 12, B, 17, C, 19. Write them in base 9. So we see that observe the numbers below. That is the stimulus. A, B, and C are the items, while write them in base 9 serve as the instructions and the task. When the teacher gives them, he moves around the class to encourage slow learners as the pupils execute the exercise. So we came to the end of our lesson with the stage evaluation. It is now time for us to practice. I would like you to form groups of 5 persons and prepare a lesson on the writing of numbers and numeration in base 8. While respecting the measures put in place to curb the spread of this coronavirus, I would advise that you work in WhatsApp groups. You write, you film, you exchange, and then you share your ideas. After having done that, it will be time for you to do individual practices. And I would like you to prepare a lesson on the writing of numbers in base 7 individually. You can also do this and share with your friends through WhatsApp. You film and do exchanges for criticisms. With that, we have come to the end of our lesson. But it will be nice for you to review the specific objective of the lesson and critically look at the lesson procedure in order to raise issues that will help you clarify your doubts.